So the NBA had reinstated Draymond Green after he missed 12 games for the Golden State Warriors for his second incident this season with Yusuf Nurkic. Just that wild, just that wild turbo punch that he was doing was insane. But there's multiple layers to this in a way, because for one, the Golden State Warriors right now are kind of going through a transition with their lineups. CP3, his fit, and Andrew Wiggins coming into the season out of shape, not playing well defensively, and his play has deteriorated so much it's caused the Warriors to have him come off the bench. But then when he runs with the bench unit, sometimes the fit with Kuminga doesn't really quite work. And if Kuminga has a breakout game, there seems to be politics with playing some of the starters over the younger guys, especially guys like Moody also. So there's a lot of different dynamics going on with the Warriors, and Andrew Wiggins' contract is really, in the 3 years remaining on Andrew Wiggins' contract, at the end of the day, is really hurting this team. But Draymond Green spoke on his return on his podcast show, which interesting enough has not had any new episodes since July of last year. So about 6 months have gone by, no episodes. And he not only chooses this special occurrence to be a rollout for eyeballs on his show, he actually even got an extension with The Volume, Colin Cowherd's podcast, which dispels some of his talking points about retirements, etc. You guys check out the segment, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
I had a conversation with Adam Silver, commissioner of our league. I just told him, Adam, it's too much for me. Like, this is too much. It's all becoming too much for me. And I'm going to retire. And Adam said, you're making a very rash decision.
Now, I don't know if this right here is for theatrics, but this is a very unique position that Draymond is taking when bringing up his conversation with Adam Silver. First of all, we all know he's not going to retire. He has 3 years left on that $100 million extension that he recently signed. And number two, we all know Adam Silver does not want Draymond disappearing on the Warriors, which is pretty much going to cause a domino effect, as that whole Golden State Warriors storyline is going to start to disappear. They're not going to be as a relevant team as before because they're already having struggles to begin with. And make no mistake about it, the Warriors are a very important storyline for the NBA, and they're a storyline that's making a lot of money. I mean, their evaluation as a team jumped up past the New York Yankees, past the New York Knicks. They're just under the Dallas Cowboys with an evaluation of $7 billion, and the Cowboys are at $9 billion. So Draymond Green is a very important piece to the Splash Brothers, and even Klay Thompson is a very important piece, even though he's struggling. But the main piece on that chessboard is Stephen Curry, which adds into that valuation, and also the league making money off that Golden State storyline. So the league definitely needs them to be relevant.
And I won't let you do that. You know, we had a long, great conversation, very helpful to me, very thankful to play in a league with a commissioner like Adam, who's more about helping you than hurting you, or helping you than punishing you, or, you know, he's more about the player.
Now, marketing wise, Adam Silver appears to be more about the players, but make no mistake about it, he works for the owners and their interests. The people that work for the players are part of the players union. That's why they negotiate with Adam Silver for that collective bargaining agreement. But the NBA has done a great job as far as their marketing. And I see Draymond Green utilizing some of these tactics here on his rollout, not only for his show to benefit, but also to soften the blow with the quote unquote mental illness aspect of it. Oh, I consider retirement, my well-being. They say certain trigger words to activate certain sentiments. The same way Adam Silver this season has activated a sort of rollout by using certain words and public figures like Joe Dumars, as he's the guy that's presenting this rollout of the players playing 65 games and playing a whole season. Anytime he's asked about it, he's always mentioning Joe Dumars' name. And the NBA is really a league of marketers, man. These guys are very well crafted in what words they use and how they present certain things for the audience to kind of embrace it. And an NBA agent by the name of Mark Termini has always presented this idea that the NBA is really a league of marketing. And for those of you who don't know, Mark Termini is the agent that has been kind of I don't want to say finessing the NBA owners, but he's been putting them on Front Street to pay players since Michael Jordan's been playing in the league. And LeBron James and Rich Paul have modeled their whole Clutch Sports business off of his playbook. He is basically the person that showed them some of the tactics that got Ben Simmons paid and some of the tactics that got LeBron making $20 million extra by accepting 1-and-1 deals during his return in Cleveland. So there was always a way Mark Termini always had to position himself as an agent to fully maximize a player's potential while avoiding all these marketing tactics that the owners throw at the players, like loyalty to a team. The same tactics they kind of threw at LeBron when he first left Cleveland, him not being loyal to a franchise. No player owes a franchise. The same way the franchise don't owe a player. When they ship them off, nobody cares. So LeBron was the player to begin to show the other superstars that they should put themselves and their families first. But Mark Termini spoke about the very craftiness of the league being marketeers. You guys check out this segment, and every once in a while I'll check in.
Well, because my career, Brian, as you know, it's been behind the scenes the way I want it to be, and I purposely kept it there for a number of reasons, business oriented and others. But the NBA is the best, most successful, most powerful sports marketing organization in the world. They deserve all the credit for that. But my job and my duty was to my clients to maximize their situations as players. But the NBA is the best, most successful, most powerful sports marketing organization in the world. They deserve all the credit for that. But my job and my duty was to my clients to maximize their situations as players, to protect them from the business challenges that would come about in this very tough business of being a professional athlete. And I learned over the years, not only as kind of a characterization, but as a protective mechanism to realize that players and agents that come into the league and think that the perception of any sports organization, professional sports organization, from the NCAA, which is a professional sports organization, to the NBA, to the NFL, they're in business to maximize their profits and to put on their production. And if you don't realize that early on, you're going to learn a very harsh lesson. So I just try to explain to the clients and the people that I advise that you cannot be naive to what this is as a business. That could be through trade, injury situation I just explained, and all the, I'm going to categorize, we'll talk about more items of propaganda. The league is extremely skilled at messaging, at their verbiage, and the fact that NBA Cares might be a great program for rehabbing houses or courts in the city. When it comes to your business as a player, protect yourself and have somebody that's going to know how to protect you.
So there you have it. You hear it from Mark Termini himself. This is an agent that's been in the league for over 30 years. And once again, Clutch Sports, LeBron James and Rich Paul, this is the guy they hired to basically show them the ropes of the business and basically be the foundation of Clutch Sports and all their tactics when approaching negotiation tables with owners. Because Termini throughout his years have always been fighting through propaganda and sort of leverage that owners have as being billionaires to try to position players into taking less money. But going back to the propaganda side, this Draymond Green rollout has been carefully orchestrated. He understood what words to choose, what trigger points to activate. He considered retirement or my mental health, all this bullshit nowadays where you have people that have great wealth, great influence, but yet a lot of people are acting like victims. This is just to garner certain sentiments so you can feel sorry for them as you welcome them back in to their position of power or just influence. But Draymond Green damn well knows he can't retire because he's tied in to the Stephen Curry storyline. I guess he was just hoping Adam Silver wasn't going to throw the hammer at him and suspend him for 60 games. But I doubt that was going to happen because once again, that Stephen Curry storyline with the Warriors, it makes the NBA a lot of money, especially on an international level. And just like how Mark Termini said, the league's main business is to put on a production, put on an entertainment product, a show. And I'm glad to see Draymond Green kind of took that same formula and pointed the eyeballs towards his show, as almost in a way he kind of acknowledges that a lot of this is a kind of soap opera-ish.